I remember it like it was yesterday, even though I was only 9 at the time. My cousin, who was 14, came to stay with us for a couple of weeks. She was known for being a bit of a troublemaker, and her parents thought that staying with us might straighten her out, even if just for a little while. One sunny day, I proposed an adventure. Let's go to the local forest and make a fire to roast marshmallows. My cousin, always up for something daring, agreed immediately. We found a perfect spot and built a makeshift campfire on a large rock, using newspapers and sticks we gathered around. As the fire crackled and danced, my curiosity surged. I started throwing in different things: leaves, sticks, pine cones, mesmerized by the flames consuming each item. Then, a wild thought struck me. What would happen if we set a leaf on a tree on fire? My cousin, always the bolder one, lit a small leaf on a nearby tree with her lighter. We watched, entranced, as the fire spread from one leaf to another, eventually consuming an entire branch. In our naive excitement, we began setting fire to more bushes and branches, laughing as each one lit up. But then, we realized the fire wasn't dying out. Instead, it was spreading rapidly, fueled by the dryness of the summer heat wave. Panic set in. My cousin grabbed my hand and we ran to the dirt road at the forest's edge. We should have called 999, but we didn't. I was scared of getting into trouble, and my repeated pleas dissuaded my cousin from making the call. We stood there, helplessly watching the fire spread further and further. The fire became a monstrous blaze, leading to the evacuation of a nearby village. It was later said to be the biggest fire our town had seen in 150 years. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the fire took 10 grueling hours to control. The guilt of that day has haunted me for over a decade. I've always blamed myself, especially for stopping my cousin from calling for help when we first lost control. We vowed to keep it a secret, but the weight of what happened never left me. Now, as an adult, I carry not only the guilt of that fire, but also the scars of an emotionally abusive childhood. My parents were incredibly strict, often berating me for minor things. It wasn't until my cousin's visit that I even experienced a semblance of freedom, being allowed to leave the house without an adult for the first time. My aunt hoped my parents' strictness would rub off on her daughter. I've always been viewed as the good kid, but in reality, I was just submissive, following orders without question. And now I'm in a position where revealing the truth could ruin everything I've worked for. A great job, a loving boyfriend, and a life I've built from the ashes of my past. So here I am, sharing my story, not for absolution, but in the hope of finding some peace. Thank you to everyone who has offered kind words or shared a laugh with me about this. It's been a long journey, but perhaps this is the first step towards healing. I feel horrible saying this, but the satisfaction and spite I have are all persevering. I hate classism. I grew up in a small town where the shadow of financial instability loomed over our state. My story isn't just about the struggles of living in a less fortunate area. It's about a personal battle, a clash with someone who made my high school years a living nightmare. This person symbolized all the things I eventually hated. High school for me wasn't just about grades and future dreams. It was a daily fight for survival. I was battling my own demons, an eating disorder, and self-harm. This girl turned my struggles into public entertainment. Her words, sharp and cruel, spread rumors and lies about me that pierced deeper than any physical wound. I remember those days, walking down hallways, feeling 1,000 accusing eyes on me, all because of her lies. She terrorized me in school. This girl and her friends made me think my world was ending. Years passed, and life, it seemed, had its own way of balancing the scales. This girl, who once held the world in her hands, found herself facing a series of setbacks. She dropped out of high school, dropped out of college, got pregnant, and ended up having a shotgun wedding. She thought she was incredibly smart and was going to become a celebrity author one day. She works at our local Walmart. Guess her celebrity fantasy will never come true. Meanwhile, I emerged from my cocoon of pain. My health is better, my scars are healing, and I finished college with high honors. I embraced my passion for software development and started a successful career in software development. Despite my achievements, a part of me still holds on to my past. I still live locally and committed to work daily. I go to my local Walmart where she works, although it still has registers with cashiers operating them. I go to her at the self-checkout or purposely go to her register if she works there. I get a surge of bitter satisfaction every time I see her there, in that blue uniform with no real future. A stark contrast to the bright future she once bragged about. However, this satisfaction has a bitter pill, clashing with the morals and values I was raised with. I battled with these conflicting emotions, recognizing the spite that filled my heart. I know I should not be satisfied knowing that she is clearly struggling. Sometimes all I can think about is when my mom would hold me for so long while I cried over what she said or posted about me. The therapy and medication I had to take helped me get over these feelings. Seeing her at Walmart with her stained clothes and matted hair and handing me my receipt, my God, it's absolutely satisfying. Now, as I finish the line, after she mechanically processes my items, I realize the true weight of my feelings. I realized I may not be the bigger person, but I certainly am a spiteful one. Please realize that this story and her confession aren't just about revenge or karma. It's about understanding the complexity of human emotions and the power of forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves.